Welcome back into Infamously Speaking, episode, I don't know, let's just say episode 6 of the NFL season. Actually, that's not true. Episode 6, part 2, because shout out to our guy Quan here, who did an awesome State of the Union Philly address. Oh my goodness, what an awesome week of football. Excited to chat with my guy Quan, obviously talk to everybody out there. We have some great discourse on social media, of course, which we'll get into. But before we jump into everything, you already know the drill. If you're not ready, subscribe to Infamously Speaking YouTube channel. Go ahead and do that, or wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or anywhere else. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you're leaving a comment or a rating. Sharing the show with friends and family helps the podcast grow, encourages Quan to put out more content like he did. Drop little nuggets too. I learned more about the city of Denver in about 3 minutes than I did in an entire history class. I actually went to Colorado a couple of years ago and didn't know anything about Denver, and I learned a bunch just by listening to you. So I appreciate not only the sports analysis,
dropping knowledge,
but just overall city analysis. Makes me want to go to Denver.
I love educating, man. You know, I love being able to inform the people. So I had to inform the people.
Had to.
You know, Denver is a high quality city, man.
Absolutely. Mile high, and I guess Eagles can't fly that high. Is that what happened?
Clearly couldn't.
Shucks, man. Shucks.
I actually left a little tidbit out, right? And it was the fact that Jalen only rushed 3 times. Well, here's a fun fact. The city of Denver was founded during the gold rush.
Is the correlation just rush? Yeah. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just rushing.
Just rushing.
It's dropping nuggets. Huh?
That's it. Denver Nuggets. That's it. Basketball starts soon. Jokic.
I didn't even do that. I didn't even put those two
That's
together.
what, just so people know, that's when Mastradamus was born. Was that now at this point, 6.5-year-old Jokic take. But listen, the takes have been just as strong ever since then. I mean, I haven't called a generational player like that before, but before he was in his prime. Anyways, let's talk about a slate of games because we had a crazy week 5 in the NFL. Kicked off Thursday night. The hobbled 49ers going into LA to take on the Rams, who are off an exhilarating win, beating the Colts, giving them their first loss. And Rams heavy favorite in this game. Line closed at 8.5. And man, the Mac Jones resurgence has been incredible this year. Shout out to Patriots legend Mac Jones. You know, he just had to get kicked out of the nest in New England and get his real chance. And credit to him, man. He went in there, balled out with no weapons. There's no Ricky Pearsall, no George Kittle, no Jawan Jennings. Kendrick Bourne turned into Randy Moss, and your guy, who you called it out, Demarcus Robinson, former Ram, was also cooking up and down the field. What are your biggest takeaways from this game?
Now, we shouldn't have let Kendrick Bourne go.
He wasn't doing shit in New England. Not like that, bro.
Nah, but he was... I didn't want to let him go, if I'm being honest. Unless we were getting like a trade package for him when there was some wide receivers that was available, but I didn't want to let him go. Especially when he was like mentoring Kyle Williams. He's a big receiver, man. Did I predict that kind of game coming from him? Absolutely not. But, you know, it goes to show you give him the opportunity, especially on a bounce back game, because the week before he just, you know, had some bad drops. But hell of a game. Shout out to Bourne, man. Hell of a game. He carried the Niners that whole game.
10 for 142. I mean, McCaffrey was incredible too. 8 receptions, 82 yards. C-Mac, tier 1 running back. Phenomenal take by Quan here. Not shying away from the injury history. And he's been incredible all season. Kyron Williams,
I got a
first
question
big
for
game
you.
of the season.
Yeah, no, he had a decent game against the Colts too, but I got a question. Do you put Brock back in right away?
Shucks, man. I was actually having this conversation. I got a 49ers fan that I know that I work with, and I was having a conversation with him. I'm like, how do you honestly feel about it? Because Brock's looked bad. Now, part of it could be injury, but even in week 1 against Seattle, he looked terrible.
I thought he had a decent game week 1.
I think he threw a couple interceptions, I believe, in against Seattle, in Seattle. And obviously the Jacksonville game that they just came back the week before this one was rough. So I don't know. I mean, the offense has been really rolling with Mac Jones, but I mean, you have to. You just paid him. You know what? Let me not even say you have to, because Kyle Shanahan, I mean, they make the big trade to get Trey Lance and they move off of him like that. So I shouldn't even say you have to, but a couple games, you trust Brock Purdy, get all your weapons back. Now, if he continues to play terrible, I think now with the position you're in, being 4-1, you gotta be like, you know what? Seize the division is yours at this point. With
Who do
wins
you
over
prefer?
everybody. Who do I mean, I
Who do-
prefer Purdy overall. I prefer Purdy for sure. I mean, we know what Mac Jones' ceiling is. Because he had some decent games in New England too that looked like this.
Yeah, I actually seen a take. It was Dano, as I like to call him, and Rex Ryan, and it was about if
Saw
you
that.
insert Mac Jones. You seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He'd
was
be playing just
interesting.
as good. I mean, a lot of it is the offense. They've shuffled through quarterbacks. If you really think about it, the one quarterback that didn't work, and part of it's injury, part of it was just not enough. He didn't really get a fair shake, was Trey Lance.
Yeah,
Guys drafted prospect. All right. Like, he's the one that really didn't get his fair shake, but all the other quarterbacks in that Shanahan system have done good things. Garoppolo, Purdy, and Mac Jones a couple games. So this is a disappointing loss for the Rams, though. I mean, you have the opportunity to be 4-1 in the division and against a really limited, what we thought was going to be a limited 49ers team. Turned out they weren't super limited.
man.
And
I almost lost my fantasy league and Orioles league by, I think I won by like 2 points, bro. It was a tight game, and I almost lost because I started out the week in the hole because I played the Rams defense.
rough.
I played the Rams defense. I'm like, all right, Rams defense is actually tough. You got Verse over there.
Yep.
And they're playing against a backup quarterback with no weapons. I'm thinking I'm getting at least 8 points. You know what I'm saying? I ended up with -2.
He put
And
it
he
to
had
him,
tongs, remember? He had tongs.
bro.
I'm like, this is crazy. I was like, this is my luck, man.
He
my
cooked
luck.
too. He cooked 17. Yeah. Tough game. I mean, Rams are still in a fine position, 3-2. Only behind the Niners here. And plenty of season left to go. Just this is one that you should have had at home.
I'll tell you what the Rams. I'll tell you what the Rams do have.
What's that?
They have the new best wide receiver in the league.
The new best wide receiver in the league?
Yeah. And Puka.
He's been ridiculous. He's unguardable.
Bro, he is exactly what you want in a wide receiver. Because he could you can scheme him open, right? But you don't even have to really, because he'll take all the underneath routes, the short routes, and his yak is crazy. He's a dog.
Well, here's the
if
good
I'm
news
building
for
a team, deadass, if I'm building a team and I got and I got to pick my first wide receiver, I pick Puka. I'm not like overly confident. I'm not like overly confident, but I would pick Puka. He's just a dog. He don't have now. Granted, I don't think he has the athleticism as JJ or Chase, but he has that dog in him. That yards after the catch. That Chase could probably hang with him yards after the catch, but I don't even think to his level. Like,
no, he's ridiculous yards after the catch. Only reason I'd lean Jettas over anybody is because it don't matter what quarterback you pair with Jay Jettas. We know what it is. I mean, and Puka's had the benefit of
we
playing
talked about that on our wide receivers list, but like,
right?
How do you deny? Like, Puka just broke the record, wasn't it? Whose record did he just break? I think it was Calvin Johnson's. No, it was Calvin Johnson and Cooper, because I remember Matt Stafford was the quarterback for all three.
Listen, Matt Stafford gets his players buckets, man. That's one thing. We talk about knowing how to get your players the ball, and this is a perfect transition. Let's talk about Broncos, Eagles. Knowing how to get your best players the ball. Matt Stafford consistently done that throughout his career. And, of course, Sean McVay offense, he knows how to get the ball in the hands of his weapons. We cannot say that about Jalen Hurts and this Philadelphia Eagles offense, though. Devonta Smith had a really good game, but A.J. Brown quiet again as the Broncos go into Philly home of the defending champs. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly because they're up big. We're talking 17-3. No, sorry. Yeah. 17-3 going into the fourth quarter. Bo Nix, Sean Payton were like, no problem. Here's a quick 18 spot for you. And the Broncos walk away 21-17. Quan, question for you, is this the most impressive win of the week?
No.
I know where you're going. We're gonna get
It's
to that
not.
game a little bit later.
It's not. It's not the most impressive.
It
was an impressive win. It was an impressive win. What stuck out to me most is that the Eagles fans are still delusional, and here's why. Just like I said in that little short, it's like you really have to rely on, and I, granted, I did give them credit last time we spoke, but you have to rely on all three phases of the game to come up big. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Hurts is serviceable even as a mid quarterback, but it's like you got to rely on too much. You got to. And what's scary is Saquon's not having nearly as close of a year as he was last year.
No, not at
you
all.
know, they're in a position they're in.
55 yards a game, I think, which is way, way down. Now, granted,
You know who has more rushing yards than Saquon on like half the carries? Wild Bill in Washington.
You know what though? They've been gashing big runs all season.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take you off the Eagles though. Let's finish there.
No.
We can go over
That's a crazy stat if you think about it. But I mean, I get what you're saying. And we talked about it, and this is where the social media angle comes in. So I posted a clip on YouTube Shorts talking about, hey, I talked about yesterday, like the Eagles haven't put together a full game yet. So I was like, if I was a Philly fan, I would be feeling like, hey, it's great that we're winning. I'm not going to get mad at a win, but
I remember
we haven't put together that full 60 minutes of football yet. And to your credit, you're like, hey, but they're playing complementary football. If the offense isn't going, their defense is making plays, or their special teams are making plays. But it's like one half really good. The second half, let's just hold on to what we did in the first half. And this game was looking that way very much so. But then Denver was able to take the lead. And so after I posted that, everybody was like, no, we're not worried at all. Worry about your own team. Now, granted, we're not a Giants podcast or a Patriots podcast, right? We talk about the entire NFL. So that didn't make any sense. But second, and I listen, what I said about the Eagles. I'm like, hey, if it comes in a win, they're going to figure it out. But if it comes in a loss, you shouldn't be like, oh, you shouldn't be like, hey, worry about what you guys got going on over there. I mean, the vibes are so weird surrounding this team. The vibes are so off surrounding this team. A.J. Brown clearly isn't happy. The article comes out that Devonta Smith wasn't happy. He's just been quiet about it, but he gets fed this week, so maybe he'll be all right. And like you said, Saquon in that offense hasn't been able to get rolling consistently. Now, there are injuries across that offensive line, obviously, that have hindered that. But 55 yards a game ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it at all. You see what happens when Jalen had to become a super volume passer. I shouldn't even say super volume because he threw the ball 38 times. That's not even. We've seen people throw the ball 50 times, but 38
super volume
attempts
compared to for Hurts, right?
For what he is.
I talked about that. 38 times, 23 completions, right? 100 yards for Smitty. Was it 58 yards for Saquon, or was it 30? It was one of the two. I remember he ended up with 88 yards. But here's the
58,
thing.
yeah, 58.
It's tough, right?
And that's a good Broncos defense, by the way. Let's give some credit to them.
Absolutely. Like you got Surtain over there. Like you knew it was gonna be a long day. Now they keep showing that clip of AJ, right? When he went down the seam, he was open over the top. Jalen overthrew him a little bit, but they also show AJ slowing down. So it's on both of them, if you ask me. But once AJ got past him and slows down, if you look, he looks back.
Yep.
He's not anticipating getting the ball because he's so used to not getting the ball.
Yeah, that is a fair take, and I don't think I've heard that take at all.
No, you didn't.
It stops at the he slowed down. He should have kept running instead of like, yo,
But no, if you watch, he's like, I'm not getting the ball. So he slows down. Then he's like, oh shit, I am getting the ball. And by that time, it's too late.
Yeah, that's a fantastic take by you. If you're not used to now, granted, say they're all professionals, whatever, that's fine. But if you're like, yo, I'm not getting the ball here,
Yeah, you're fucking
then
tired of running down the field at 50 plus. Bro, that's crazy. You run down the field 38 times to get like 3 targets is insane.
yeah. Now the good news for Philly is that they're 4-1. They got plenty of time to figure it out. They have a Thursday night game against the Giants coming up. Now,
Trap game.
and we'll talk about that. I don't know if it's a trap game coming off a loss.
No, it's not a trap game. I'm talking some shit, man.
But let's talk about Denver real quick. I like their balance. I think J.K. Dobbins, I know 4 yards a carry against a staunch Eagles front, I thought was impressive. Cortland Sutton continues to be probably the most underrated receiver in football. 8 for 99. That connection with Bo Nix. Troy Franklin, super quick. I love how they get him involved. Evan Ingram finally got some consistent looks too. So it looks like they're starting to figure out how to utilize all their pieces together. But that defense, that's the beauty of having such a great defense, is if your defense can hold it down, it gives you time to figure out the offense. Because you're not relying on big plays. You don't need your offense to keep you in the game. So you can mess around with some stuff, figure out how to deploy your weapons as best as you see fit. And that's credit to them. They were down big. They could have rolled over against the defending Super Bowl champs, and they didn't. They battled back, scored 18, walked away with a dub, and keep pace. Now tied atop, well, not tied atop because they lost to the Chargers, but same record as the Chargers, who look a little bit vulnerable at the moment.
Well, even more so, we're losing Hampton. We already talked about their O-line being banged up.
All Slater gone for the year, for sure.
Unfortunately, it's hard. You know how I was pretty high on the Chargers winning that division, and I'm not shifting because Denver had just beat Philly. It's
anybody
more so
but the Chiefs, really.
in Vegas. Fuck Vegas. Fuck Vegas for real. I hate fucking Vegas.
Well, I would say not the Raiders, because I don't think you give a shit about the Raiders, but
yeah, it's Vegas. It's Vegas. I can't stand them. I cannot
stand
the
books.
I don't even like fucking Tom Brady anymore because of Vegas.
That's cap.
It is bad, bro. Like to not have a parlay since last year is fucking crazy. And to supposedly know about football, either one, I don't know about football, or two,
I feel like 95% of the audience would say that's what it is. Probably about both of us.
But yeah, for sure. We're already being told, but I'm not asking the audience. I already
know
the
what?
answer.
I saw a great clip, and I forgot. I should have taken down the name of the person who said it, but it was kind of to the effect of, in the hate, there's usually valid criticism where like somebody might be like, man, the audio sucks, you should quit or whatever. Well, there's that comment that your audio sucks. Maybe you should look into it, right? So when people give us those comments, like these guys don't know nothing about football, but it would be nice if the segment was longer or something like that. Trying to pick out the little gems of feedback within all the hate. So I was like, wow, you know what? When people say bad things about us, I'm just going to look for the little gems of feedback so we can continue to make the show better.
All right. So I'll just insult you the whole show and then take the feedback.
Not you. You started talking about the Chargers. So let's jump to that game. Big game for the Commanders. Go into LA, win 27-10. Keep pace in the NFC East. Jaden Daniels returns. Not the sharpest game from an accuracy perspective, 15-26, but the offense the whole vibe around the team is just different when 5 is
belief.
There. It's like, yeah, absolutely that. Because you're going against what is a very talented Chargers defense. And he looked really good. And credit to your credit, you called it out. And when we were talking about this game on last episode, you're like, Jaden's not going to be in there if he can't operate and move around in the pocket and scramble. And he didn't do a whole lot of scramble. I know 8 carries, they aren't really long ones, but they were effective. Either moving the sticks, putting them ahead of the sticks, to not taking sacks or negative plays. And I thought he looked really good for having a couple weeks off. And man, when 5 is there, Washington is a spooky team.
Yeah, when we talked about this game, we picked. I can't go against them. He's too talented. I'm impressed to see Debo step up the way he's been able to, especially with no scary Terry. He made some pretty big plays, and they got that bullshit touchdown at the end.
Facts. But you got
On
Bill.
4th down. On 4th and like 5, huh?
You got Bill though.
Yeah, Bill. Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
He was out there. He was out there.
11 fantasy shmoney.
Yeah. Did you see his post game interview?
You with Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
The players that are just happy to be there. They're just grateful to be there and have the opportunity.
Yeah. He was I was so excited talking to you.
$1 million smile, man. You love stories like that. Opportunity arises, and this guy's obviously seized it. And so hopefully he continues to play well. I know a lot of fantasy owners are hoping that he continues to play well, especially folks that, had Omarion and were able to pick up Bill, or had who else fucking got hurt? Feels like everybody, James Conner, and you weren't able to get the GOAT of the weekend, Amari DiMarcado.
Yo, what happened with the coach on the sideline? I seen he got fined.
I have no clue. I haven't even looked into it. But you know what?
I'm assuming he just wilded out.
Fought him. I wouldn't even be mad if he just went to they just went to blows and started fighting.
You know what I'm most upset about with that situation is like
Kyler wasn't fighting him?
Huh?
That Kyler wasn't the one getting hit?
Yeah. No, deadass. Like, you're mad. I get it, right? That's a bonehead mistake. But it just happened last week. Like, we see it happen more times than we should.
We should not see that shit.
But Kyler makes bonehead mistakes literally every single weekend. Like, what are we doing?
Bro, so yeah, let's talk about that game a little bit, because that is, we talk about like the worst loss of the week. That is easily the worst loss of several weeks. I don't know. I think that's the worst loss I can remember in a long time. Just because of the way how it panned out. They were dominating the game. Like 21-6, I think, going into the fourth. Tennessee.
DiMarcado should have scored, and then they should have had the pick.
Oh.
Then they score off the pick. Yeah, that was tough.
They're just so inept. Tennessee's offense is so inept right now. And the only way they're close is if you help them out. Another play from Kyler, like it was like a snap, hit off his chest or something like that, right? Yeah. He didn't even think about diving.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
He just looked. He was like,
and he still got hurt on that play.
He's like, I'm not fucking up my Call of Duty hand.
Because it was after that play where he walked off.
That shit was crazy. And the thing is, listen, obviously the talent is there. He even talked about it. He talked about, you seen his press conference before the game, he talked about his high school record and how he was the only player ever to go first overall and then like top 10 in the MLB draft, which he did.
Kyler?
So to his credit, yeah. He got drafted by the A's.
No, why is he talking about high school?
So he brings up all the accolades, which I don't care about people talking their shit and talking their truth, because it's true. He did do those things. That's factual.
Yeah, but I need to have context on why he's talking about high school.
He's just reminding people like who he is, which is fine. All right.
No, who you were.
The best way.
That's who you were.
The best way to rubber stamp that is to go out and win the game and not make the mistakes to losing it. Now, I get everybody's going to talk about DiMarcado dropping the ball. Yes, 100%. And the interception, which was a bad throw by Cam, and super unlucky that the guy fumbles the ball. The ground causes the fumble, but he wasn't touched. And it somehow makes its way to the end zone, and Tennessee recovers it. Super unlucky, right? But
no, it wasn't unlucky. That was a bonehead play too, because on defense, you're taught to just dive on the ball, bro. Like, you're taught to dive on the ball. That's it. But they're trying to pick it up and run with it. You don't got to do that. You cause a turnover in the red zone.
If there was a team, this team is who that happened to, who would you pick out of the 32? Like, this team lost that way.
Arizona.
Okay.
Jets.
That's the one. That is the most Jets fucking way to lose. And I'm not picking on Jets fans. I watch every Jets game, but yeah, that was just a terrible loss. And I mean, I just got to think, if you're the owner of the franchise, like if I cared about the team, because there's owners that don't care, right? sports teams, especially here in America, especially NFL, they just print money, right? People are going to show up regardless of how bad the product is. But if you're an owner who cares, like, how are you feeling after that? I want to fire everybody. I don't want to fire everybody. Like, fuck it, man. I don't care how much it costs me, how much contract I got to eat. Everybody's fucking gone, bro. Let's go hit up the University of Arizona, take some of their college players because at least maybe they'll care a little bit more. Like seeing the leader of your team just look at the ball on the ground and not try to make a play for it, that shit gotta be deflating, bro. Seeing your coach get into it with a player on the sidelines, end up getting fined, that has to be deflating. That was definitely the worst loss of the week, by far. Let's move on to what I now think you feel is the best win of the week. And that has to be Sunday Night Football. Drake Maye and the New England Patriots roll into upstate New York. Buffalo, wearing their AFC East rivalry jerseys, chose to wear them. They only wear them once this season, and they chose this game Sunday night against the Patriots. They were iced out, felt great. But it turns out the Iceman played for the other team. Drake Maye was phenomenal. My guy. Credit to you. You called it.
He's a legend. I told you. I did call it.
You did say it. You called it.
It wasn't even coming from a fan perspective.
Not even a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, but not primarily.
I believe that.
It wasn't. I think we have a better team than the Buffalo Bills.
I agree that you have a better overall. I think your defense is way better. I think their offense is better because of Josh.
And I told you, what did I tell you?
Your defense is
way better. We need Gonzo back. We need Gonzalez back.
He was lights out.
He was lights out. He had that big play at the end of the game, knocking the ball away. It matters. Like, he matters. He's a difference maker.
Absolutely.
The pass rush was on point. Like, it was a good game, right? And you know what's crazy is that, and this is the reason why we have the record we have, is like it's self-inflicted mistakes with the fumbling.
Easily. I don't know why Ramondre's still RB1. I don't get it. Travion gotta be the guy.
I didn't send it to you, but I was like, I need somebody in my life that believes in me like Vrabel believes in Stevenson.
I don't get it, bro. He gotta have blackmail or something on him. This guy, consistently.
To his credit, he came through and scored 2 touchdowns. So I like the resilience, but I'm still not comfortable playing him. Every time he has the ball, I'm like, he's gonna lose the ball.
You're nervous.
And it's worse because he's on the kickoff returns when you're really getting smacked. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like inevitable.
Facts.
Diggs had a huge game. Huge game.
That throw and catch on the last drive where Drake was rolling to the right and hit Stephon on the sideline, where he had to toe tap twice.
Oh, the toe tap one towards the end zone. Then yeah. That pass was on the money, bro. It was on the money.
That's just talent. You can't coach that, man. That's incredible.
So, and I remember saying, like, I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I got way more comfortable with us taking Drake Maye at the 3rd pick that year. Now, granted, I definitely wanted Jaden, right? But I knew that wasn't going to be a possibility. So when I started watching more tape on Drake and stuff and just looking into some of the intangibles, right? And when I say intangible, I'm thinking like how competitive he is with his brothers and stuff like that, right? And how they're great athletes in their own world, right? Like basketball players and stuff like that. Just when you have that surrounding you throughout your life, you're naturally competitive, man. You know what I mean? Like, you want to win. You want to be successful.
Failure not an option.
And I obviously loved Vrabel coming back. I think Vrabel's a hell of a coach. He's a player's coach.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to know what the one thing I didn't like, other than the fumbles, obviously, for us, was all the video footage they have in the locker room after. Like, what are we doing?
I get that. I get it.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of AB. Remember AB doing that?
Yeah, I do remember.
He got hot water.
But he went on live, bro. And he was like during Mike Tomlin's speech. Like, he went on IG live. He wilded out. But
they went out. They was live. The guy was naked in the background.
I didn't get to that part, thankfully.
I seen a lot of people making not a big deal with this call.
But what I will say is, to your point where you're like, man, celebrating. This is not like, we got to remember they're far removed from the days of the dynastic winning. This is a massive win.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
I don't mind what them.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like this group of Patriots players are not tied to the days of winning.
Yeah, but what's that? What does that have to do with
Listen, you celebrate the big wins. Like this is a and I get
they celebrate.
Buffalo. They beat Buffalo before, but it didn't feel like this.
Yeah, and there's reasons behind it, right? Buffalo's been killing the division. They have the league leader and MVP. Like, I get it. And I'm sure we had celebrations as well, but we just wasn't seeing them. And granted, technology changed, but
Bill Belichick was probably firing people right away. He probably only other person.
Bill Belichick was on fucking college OnlyFans checking them out.
Yeah, he's crazy for that. Yeah, but I agree. This was such a big win for New England. Of course, number one, to stay paced in the division. Think about it. Buffalo wins. They're 5-1. You're 2-3. That's a hefty road to climb up.
We should easily be. No, we're not. No, we're not 2-3 right now, are we?
You would have been 2-3 if you lost. You're 3-2.
Oh,
I agree with you. You guys should have cooked.
We should at least be 4-1. Yeah.
You guys should have cooked Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh should have definitely.
So many. Now, granted, their defense caused some of those mistakes, or some of them were just really just bad, self-inflicted ones.
With 2 red zone fucking turnovers.
Turnovers, bad throw by Drake, a Stevenson fumble. But yeah, man, great win by New England.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game. It was an exciting game to watch. It felt good watching the Patriots because I'm so caught up with my parlays and fantasy. I'm just tuned into red zone. But you know what it did? I think it brought back some of that. And I'm not gonna lie. Let me take this back a few steps. Shout out to Ori and Ray and LU and Tuto. They went to the Giants game when they played the Chiefs. And I was excited for them because they were sending mad videos. They were turning up. They did the whole what's it called again? They did the whole tailgating. Like, they had a great time, and I was happy to see them enjoying it, right? And I said to myself, and I told them, like, yo, I hope you guys win. I was actually thinking the Giants was gonna pull that off. If I'm not
that shit was ugly.
With that being said, I said to myself, I miss having that feeling because I didn't have that attachment like I used to. Even when Brady was there, like towards the last year or two, he was there. I started to lose that. I remember. I don't know if you remember this, but I was like, I could take a few years off of not winning because that shit was stressful.
Right.
I'm not it was stressful going and getting to the Super Bowl and having to wait that week to play, right? Like 2 weeks, really.
Yep.
And you got to hear all the shit, and then you got to think about what if we lose and all this extra shit. So it felt good to have that break, but I'm ready to be back.
It's great to be back.
Yeah, and now I feel like after watching that Sunday game, I'm gonna try to just watch the Patriots solely, and until they're done, and then watch the red zone shit, kind of like what your dad did.
Because I love that you brought that up because that's what this win for me felt like. And I'm not a Patriots fan by any stretch, but it's okay, now we can go into games and really expect this team to win. That's what that signified to me. Okay. And the fact is, you're young, year 2 quarterback, hostile environment, division game, your first primetime game. I've forgotten they said in how long, over a year, I believe. Buffalo chose to wear these fancy new uniforms against you. Right?
Did you see ours?
I like yours. Yes, I do. I like Buffalo's and yours.
I think we have the best ones by far. And that's not even me as a fan. I'm just visually appealing. No, visually appealing. Those are the
I like
most
Buffalo's
fire ones.
more.
I think I like Seattle. I think it was Seattle's maybe. It was somebody else's or the Rams.
Arizona's were pretty tough too.
I hate
when they wore them.
Yeah, they ran through the fucking mud. And Kyler had one on.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Pats Nation should be feeling really good. This is for me your entrance back into, now you can have that kinda like that angst going into games, like, because now there's an expectation. Like, with the
Yeah.
Giants, I'm kinda like, "Yo, whatever we win? Okay. We lost? Well, that was expected," right? Now that's back for you all, and that's an exciting place to be, and I'm sure maybe one day, maybe when my kids are a little bit older, or maybe when they move out, you know, they're like, "Dad, the Giants are finally still winning again." Just sort of, who knows? Dark
Real quick
days.
before we move on, bro. Um, what my favorite take was from that game? Like whose take was my favorite? It was Tom Brady shit. You heard what he said?
Nah, what'd he say?
He was like, "Yeah, man, Drake looked impressive, and he's throwing. You could
Oh,
tell he
yeah.
got chemistry throwing to the best tight end of all, the greatest tight end of New England Patriots, with Gronk
Hunter
right next
Henry.
to him. That
Yeah.
shit was fucking hilarious, bro." But yeah,
Yeah,
real quick too, I
absolutely.
don't think we talked about it enough, which was Diggs.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
Diggs, not only did he play with heart, right? And I knew he was gonna come out with a big game. I thought it was gonna be a big game for him as well as Booty. Um, but I looked at the stat, right? Now Diggs playing his former team. I think he had like 140 or 150 against Minnesota as well when he faced them after he left. Like,
Crazy.
you talking about someone who plays with revenge? He wanted
Love
that.
that, especially
And
because you play him twice a year.
the biggest thing too, right? The biggest thing that I personally liked was how vocal he was and how much of a leader he was uh being on the sidelines and stuff like that. Like, there was a report when he went up to Stevenson after the fumble, like, "Yo, we need you." Even the post game interview, he's like, "Yeah, he's talented. We just gotta fight through that when you have those kind of mistakes." But it was good to see, man.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. When did Josh Allen really start lighting up? They got him a number one. It just happened to be Stephon Diggs. Right now, you get Drake a number one, and that opens up the game because now you have a guy that can consistently win one
And
on one.
Campbell is a savage. He is a
He's disgusting.
he's a
He's
savage.
disgusting. He's a wall, bro. You talk about a wall? That's a wall.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, the Patriots, man, bright future. Credit to them, man. You get the right guy in the locker room. As far as you hit on your rookie pick, and then you get the right coach in the locker room, and that could turn an entire franchise around. And I know it's only 3-2, it's only week 5, but you can't watch that game if you've been following the NFL and what's happened with the Patriots since Tom Brady's left, and tell me that didn't feel a little bit different, because it definitely did. And that's as a
It did.
non-Patriots fan. That was a big one. Um, all right, let's move on. I skipped an early window game on Sunday before we jump into Monday Night Football. And I think this was the game of the week, and that was Bucs Seattle. The Buccaneers do it again. Late
Why
last
did you
drive
have this as the game of the week?
because of just how they played. I mean, I think the number one, I think just the storylines going into it is phenomenal, right? Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, both taken in the same draft, kind of given up on by their respective franchises, journeymen, turning around, leading their teams, playing really well leading into this game. And then it was just a shootout, man. I mean, special receivers, the Ohio State receiver teammates of Puka, JSN, who have both been phenomenal this season, and it lived up to the hype, man. Those are two really, really good teams in the NFC. And people forget about Seattle. A majority of their secondary was hurt. So that obviously, Reek Willen left, and I believe Witherspoon was out before the game even started. No Julian Love, I believe, also. So that's 3 of their starting back 4 out, and they were still able to hang with Tampa from an offensive standpoint, which was a question I still had about them is, can this offense be as explosive as it needs to be if the defense isn't elite, which they played very well through the first 4 weeks? And the answer is yes. So Seattle's a real live dog in the NFC. And that's a credit to Sam Darnold, who I thought was going to turn into a pumpkin. But he didn't the first week of October. There's still 3 weeks left, but phenomenal game, man. And I'm not even I picked Tampa. I said it doesn't even matter with no Bucky. And Baker's a dog, bro.
Nah,
Baker
here's a dog.
is
You
a
know I like
dog.
Baker. Yeah, Buka's he's a talented young kid. I got to see a good portion of this game because of Red Zone. And like you said, there was just a lot of points flying. I didn't get to see or break down like what the defenses looked like. I didn't really revisit that game, if I'm being honest with you. I could tell it was a fun game to watch and be a part of just because all the high scoring, right? All the good catches. I seen Jason make some big catches, like,
He's
and
ridiculous.
like kind of missed on Sam Darnold, but credit to Sam Darnold. And we talked about Geno being a better quarterback, and he is looking
Seattle's won
horrendous.
that so far,
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Granted, Bauer's been banged up, was their best receiver. But anyways, going back to this game, what's spooky is that Mike Evans ain't even in the lineup.
And Chris Godwin's still getting it.
And
He's still
Bucky.
getting ramped up.
That's a scary offense if they're fully healthy, bro.
They just got weapons all over.
Tez Johnson, you mentioned him earlier. Tez Johnson looked great, and I got Tez in a couple dynasty leagues, so I'm a little excited for that. But it's just his opportunities, unless someone is injured, is not going to be there.
You want to talk about game breaking speed, man? I watched him a little bit at Oregon, but it's rare when you get into the NFL and you just look faster than everybody else because everybody is an elite athlete. But he got the ball in his hands in this game, and he was just flying all over the field. That is a ridiculous wide receiver room. Evans, Godwin, Puka. 7 for 163. This guy's ridiculous, man. JSN was ridiculous this game. 8 for 132 and a touchdown. That wide receiver room, because now the debate sparked up again, right? Who's the real wide receiver? Obviously LSU with Jay Jettas and Jamar Chase and had a history. Odell came from there, Jarvis Landry. But that room, Garrett Wilson, Olave, and Jigba, Puka. Marvin Harrison's been the most
balling, man.
He's been the most disappointing so far.
No.
Harrison's been the most disappointing this early in his career. Yes. Think about how the other guys have started their career.
Can you calm the fuck down? You're getting all excited already.
I'm not saying he's a bust.
Harrison hasn't been performing to the expectations, so it looks like he's.
You know why? I know why.
I know what you're saying. I do. I agree with what you're saying, but he's not. It's not on him.
Yes. No, I'm with you. Even with all the turmoil think about this, all the turmoil that the Jets have gone through at quarterback, Garrett Wilson has still had 3 straight 1K receiving seasons and is on his way to another one. Obviously, Tampa's found their guy with Baker and Ibuka's taken off. The Saints haven't been able to figure out quarterback, and Olave still play well. He's dealt with injury, and then JSN, Geno was okay. It was okay his last year in Seattle. Now Sam's been great. Kyler has been the worst at getting his guy the ball.
That's my point. How do you
think about
if I'm Marvin Harrison, right? I've been in the gym. You seen the pictures and all that? He bulked up.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk right over to that fucking locker that Kyler's sitting at, and I'm smacking the shit out of him. Like, just smacking him. Like, if you don't give me the fucking ball, you got me out here looking crazy.
That it was devastating when when they replayed that crazy catch he had and he touched down right outside the end zone. Yeah. That was killer.
Yeah.
That would have been money. But
I won the majority of my matches, so I'm not too mad about it. It's just the thing is this is what is just so disheartening. It's not even the fact that all these other Ohio State players you're talking about are playing at such a high level and being so productive. It's not even that. It's the fact that you see what he's capable of doing, right? You get the glimpses of it, and it's just not enough targets.
It's like AJ Brown. What he can do when he has the ball in his hands.
Exactly.
How about we get him the ball some more?
That's a great comparison, Kyler and Jalen.
Shout out waiver wire hero, if you got him a couple weeks ago, AJ Barner, with another phenomenal game. 753, 2 touchdowns.
Sam Darnold. Who's the best tight end in the league this week?
Sam Darnold looks for him heavy when in the red zone, and so Tight end, they say is a quarterback's best friend. That sounded crazy, but they should probably change that saying now that I think about it. Tight end is a
Yeah, you
quarterback's
know who I
best
picked
friend.
up for a tight end was Waller, and he was balling. Yo, I don't. But here's the thing, and I don't
That was a
understand
bad
this.
loss too.
Yo, he's cooking them the whole first half.
Doesn't
He
see the
didn't
ball
get
at all.
another target. If he got another, I don't even think he got another target in
They did
after that.
nothing in the second half, bro. They did nothing in the second half.
Who are
Yo,
they playing? The Panthers?
Carolina, yo, shout
Yeah.
out Rico Dowdle. It's over 200 yards rushing. He was like Barry Sanders out there, bro. He was running people over. Who
No,
would
that's
have
crazy.
thought? Who would have thought Rico Dowdle 2025 better than Saquon Barkley? Here we are. NFL's a funny game. All right, let's get to the Monday night Week 5 nightcap. And boy, oh boy, was this a game. And so you might be surprised about how I feel about this game because you know how much I'm like, yo, I'm about the Chiefs. Yo, Vegas was on the hotlines in this one, though.
Bro, they're the
The-
hotlines on every game.
Bro, but the refs were intentionally trying to do it, bro. There's no way. And so the OPI, I'm not sure how much of the game you watched, but the OPI on the Chiefs opening drive, they initially threw the flag that was offensive pass interference on the pick. And then right away, Mahomes and the whole Chiefs offense is like, it's like, hey, we get 1 yard. And it was questionable. It looked like he was a little bit past the yard.
On the touchdown play.
And they pick up the flag.
Yep.
All right. So and then I was like, all right. But even they even bring in the guy, the referee, I forget his name, and he's like, yeah, that he's like, I'm not picking that flag up. I'm calling OPI all day on that. So I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then so I'm like, people are gonna cry about that, especially if the Chiefs win. But then on the Jags' next drive, Trevor Lawrence, that fumble, he reaches the ball over. To me, it looks like he breaks the plane before they knock it out.
Oh, the end zone.
Yeah, and they call it a fumble, and the guy again's like, I don't know. It looked like he broke the plane to me before the ball comes out. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then later in the game, there's a throw on the Trevor Lawrence pick that allows the Chiefs to take the lead, I believe, on that drive. No, tie the game, where there's clear PI and they don't call it. And I'm like, boy, man, this shit is bad. This shit is bad. Thankfully, the Chiefs had no desire to win the game, it looked like, because Trevor Lawrence got stepped on and fell again. It looked like
that was crazy.
Spoof, like a parody.
that was crazy.
And he was able to score. So, great win by Jacksonville. Phenomenal win by Jacksonville to overcome all that bullshit and still come out with the dub.
Yeah, I had a interesting 2 weeks. And yesterday after work, I was just mentally drained, physically tired. I remember the game was on. I got home in time for the game. And I kept saying, I should just watch some of this game. I have a parlay in. Let's see how that's working out. And I'm laying in bed, right? I'm laying down, just relaxing for a minute. And I had no desire to get my ass up to watch this game. I had none. That's why when I had text you like, yo, what happened with Strange? And you're like, he's been injured. I'm like, since when? Like, he has a catch. You know what I mean? Because I
It's
see
probably
it
right after you put the parlay in.
I had a parlay in him for 3 catches. So my parlay, I still would have missed because I looked at it, and I would have missed by 1 yard with ETN because he had 49 yards and he needed 50. And I would have been fucking disgusted with that, and I would have been even more pissed. But I remember swearing at Vegas for like half an hour after Brendan Strange. In fact, I said the whole, how's he hurt his hip? He's wearing pads on his hip, and then he said that funny ass joke back to me. But anyways, by the time I did tune into the game, which is probably like a little bit after that the pick play, because I remember them showing the replay of it, and I'm like, okay, I get what they're saying. Like, you know, they have 1 yard to do all this.
Yeah, it wasn't egregious.
They're at the 1 yard line.
It wasn't egregious.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I wasn't mad about it, and you know how I feel with the Chiefs and the refs.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of funny because I haven't thought about that in quite some time, but I thought about that with the Eagles, right? Because that play on the right sideline, I think it was a Goddard. You know, there was some. I could have definitely been called pass interference, and I'm thinking if that was the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, that shit would have got called before he even touched him. But
Probably.
not to get back on that game, but just to relate it to the Chiefs and the refs, I had to bring that up, right? Um, but overall, I like the grit of Jacksonville, right? Like
Fact.
they didn't give up. And everything fell their way, which usually happens the opposite way for the Chiefs, right? It usually goes in the Chiefs' favor. But Bucker kicking it out of bounds, setting up Jacksonville and a great field goal. I mean, great field advantage. Um, like you said, him falling down and finding a way to get up. He even said it like he was panicking, which you can
Yeah.
clearly see because he's in such a panic. He's still slipping as he's
He
falling down and
stumbled.
trying to get
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
This guy's on his stomach. On
Yeah,
his
it's wild.
stomach, and he's still able to fucking score. Yeah, I mean, again, gritty Jacksonville win, and their defense again continues to make plays. I mean, I said it, I'm like, no, that shit ain't gonna happen. And then Devin Lloyd just picks off on a phenomenal read by him. By the way, it wasn't like Mahomes threw the ball right to him. He noticed what was going. He followed the quarterback's eyes, jumped right in front of that in cut route they were trying to run. It would have been a touchdown if he doesn't cut that off, and then houses it 99 yards. Which was a massive play in the game. So credit, like you said, credit Jacksonville. 4-1 in the division, keeping pace with the Colts. And for the Chiefs, this was a prime opportunity with the Chargers losing again. And then obviously Denver winning. You all would have been 3-2 atop that division.
But do you remember the bet I told you we should bet?
What was the bet?
It was like the middle of the week.
Now what was it?
And it was Patrick Mahomes throwing a pick.
Oh, I do remember you saying that.
Yeah, you don't remember? Because he was like, yeah, he gets a little reckless.
Yeah,
and Jacksonville, that's one thing Jacksonville
opportunistic
does.
Defense.
They turn the ball. They make turnovers happen.
NFL's a funny place right now, bro. Colts 4-1, Jags 4-1, Ravens 1-4, Chiefs 2-3. You're like, man, no one's predicting this going into the season unless you're like a Jags fan, a Colts fan, overly optimistic. But it's incredible what some changes can do. I mean, it looked like last year the Colts couldn't figure it out on offense. Now they bring in Daniel Jones, who looked like the second coming of Andrew Luck.
You know what it is too, though, bro? I think the Yankees lost.
I don't know what happened. No, that sounds like my wife's out there. That sounded like my little one though. That doesn't sound like you, man. No, they're winning. It's 9-6.
No, I know. I was just joking because
you hate me. I know.
No. It was because you're crying. It was a joke. But anyways, all right, we're going back. Let's cut this back in.
Yeah, we'll cut it.
Where we was at.
Yeah, me too. Fuck. We can say we're gonna have a note on Jacksonville. I said Andrew Luck. I mean Daniel Jones like the second coming of Andrew Luck.
It was the Colts. It was the Colts. All right, so you know what I noticed though? And Daniel Jones has been playing good. Don't get me wrong. Finding ways to move the chains, but Jonathan Taylor has been balling, bro. Like
hit the fountain of youth.
Even watching some of his runs, there was a run I watched near the red zone. He ended up scoring, but the way he was moving within the traffic was like, damn, he looks like the best running back in the league.
Yep. He's looked so quick. He's looked so explosive, running people over, welcoming contact, which with Jonathan Taylor it was never been a conversation about talent. It was just, of course, injury history.
Yeah.
But he's running with so much confidence. And now that they got to respect the quarterback, because you got to think about it, man. Anthony Richardson was bad. That whole quarterback situation was bad in Indy. And so they're like, we know what you want to do, and that's run Jonathan Taylor. Now, Daniel Jones' ability, who would have thought Daniel Jones' ability to really command the offense, not only just obviously effectively pass the ball, but him being a threat to be able to tuck it and run opens things up for Jonathan Taylor as well.
Absolutely.
You don't get the backside pursuit as much often because they got to stay home. He's just been – I agree with you.
The Colts really did a great job with bringing in Daniel Jones, but also drafting Warren, because Warren is a savage.
Dud.
Pittman, we already knew what Pittman was capable of, but it was like he just couldn't get the ball. In fact, you wanted Flacco in at that point when Flacco was there because he would find him. Alec Pierce, Josh Downs stretching the field.
Josh Downs is a savage.
Mitchell's route running is spectacular.
Mitch was phenomenal, dropping the ball. No, I agree with you. I mean, and their defense has played very well as well. So that is incredible to think. So a great week of football in week 5. Let's talk about week 6 real quick. So kicks off Eagles at Giants. Perfect get right game for the Eagles. Giants off of the high of that Chargers win, going to New Orleans and hand the Saints their first victory. I mean, I like Philly, obviously. It doesn't the game's in MetLife. The Giants have no home field advantage. Doesn't matter. And Philly coming off a loss, this is a perfect get right game. It's not gonna be like, hey, we're gonna look over the Giants because they just came off a loss. So that's how I feel about that game. I'm ready for the season to be over.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. I'm excited to watch.
I started Dart in fantasy. Now, granted, I had Stroud who cooked, but I can't trust Stroud with that line. It's not even Stroud. It's the line.
You should trust him against the defense. That Baltimore defense is horrendous.
I know. That's almost like playing anybody who plays the Cowboys except for the Jets because they stunk it up. But
Jets suck.
You're right. I made a bad decision and it almost cost me, but thankfully it didn't. I'm a little disappointed that we're not going to be able to see the neighbors Dart connection. I think that's a real thing, right? I think they really have chemistry, even back with them playing basketball together. On the off season, not in college or anything. If anybody's like, what is Quan talking about? But also Scottaboo, right? That guy. He loves contact. He did have a costly mistake, but
the fumble. Yep.
He's a running back I enjoy watching. So you got the Eagles winning this game?
Yeah, for sure, easily. Coming off a loss, they need to win just to get themselves right again. Now, if they lose, I'd be concerned, but I just don't see them losing. Another unfortunate 9:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff to watch Broncos at Jets.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, me either. I mean, Denver should dominate this game. Their defense is really good. The Jets are really bad. Have to be the worst team in the league. I'm the only winless team in the league. Tennessee had that mantle for me until they were able to scratch out a win, and there's just more reason for optimism because of your rookie quarterback. So yeah, the Jets.
Yeah, Cam could sling that ball. It was nice to see Ridley get a little bit more involved.
I agree. Allamander is still kind of the guy that he looks for. I've noticed though, for like the big chunk plays.
For sure.
Obviously Broncos. That goes without saying. Perfect get right game for the Rams playing the Ravens. Who would have thought Ravens being a get right game? But hopefully you're not playing Matt Stafford or Puka Nacua or any Rams offensive player that will touch the ball against them in fantasy because this Ravens defense is really bad. They're injured. And this really shouldn't be super competitive because Cooper Rush is not very good.
You see Hutchinson out there.
2 tutties?
Yeah. It was funny when was it Hamilton trying to take the ball back? Anyways, is Lamar coming back?
No, I don't think he's coming back until after their bye, which I think is after this week.
Let's go. I got the Rams defense left over from that Niners game. Gotta play
Great
them, right?
play. I picked up Houston defense in a league. So
because they were playing Baltimore. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got the Rams.
Yeah, they lose this game, then all my feelings about them being Super Bowl contenders go out the window. Because that was a bad loss against the 49ers. You lose this game to Cooper Rush, similar situation, except for everybody on the Ravens defense instead of the offense is hurt. And they're missing their quarterback and the star quarterback. Cowboys at Panthers. Dallas's offense continues to fly. George Pickens, phenomenal. Shout out to my guy Flournoy. He had a great game. Everybody plays good against the Jets. And Javonte Williams, Mr. Consistency, had another good game.
He's been balling.
Ferguson, another great game. And then Dak. I mean, let me ask you this question. Dak continues on the
Yeah,
pace
we
that he's
called
on.
it. We called
We
it.
did. We did.
Led the league in passing completions, I think it was, and yards or passing
He's been playing
attempts.
out of
Like,
his mind. Out
well,
of
we
his
knew he
mind.
was gonna have to, bro. Like he just.
He's going to be the
But go
comeback
ahead.
player of the year. Unless, let me ask you this. Philly's record, not Philly. Let's say Dallas is competitive in the division. They're battling to the wire with Washington and Philly. You know, let's say they finish 11, 5-1. Is it likely? Probably not. But just let's throw it out there. And Dak continues to play like this. There's nobody that has a stranglehold on the MVP right now. He's been out of all the quarterbacks. Him and Baker have been playing the best, in my opinion. Dak for MVP? No. These are the teams just not going to be good enough. I think that would be the biggest thing because he's been.
No, they're not.
He's been
Because their
money,
defense,
man.
their defense is not going to be able to hold up, man. They played the Jets.
That's fine.
And I was going to say that. You know, I told you that. Well, I don't know if I told you that, but I know I said it to myself, which is play any. It's almost the same exact mindset I have with the Ravens. Play any offensive player going against that defense. Their defense is atrocious.
Garrett Wilson had a good day again. Brees Hall had some big ones. He just had a bad fumble.
Yeah, they just can't. It's a Jets, so the
Jets are inept,
right? So it's like you play right. They beat the Giants, but that was a close fucking game. That's with Russell Wilson. Like it's just I don't see it. If anything, and I should have looked when you asked me, but I was actually busy. But I should look to see what the odds are of Drake Maye winning this MVP.
I looked. I think he's like 1,000 plus 1,000. I think Josh is still the favorite
for sure. But if they don't win that division, I don't think you can get that to Josh. And
Josh
I told you they're not winning that division.
I mean, but think about Buffalo. All right, they played 5 games so far, and Bills fans is not a shot. So relax, okay. But think about it. So Josh has a phenomenal game against the Ravens, but how good does that look now, based on what we've learned about the Ravens and that defense? Yeah. And then who did they play week 2? I know they played the Dolphins Thursday night, this past Thursday night. Not the one that just happened, but the one before that. The Dolphins are terrible. And that was a close game until the fourth quarter. They played the Jets. They beat the Jets, which they should have beaten the Jets. They played the Patriots and lose. And I'm missing a game, and I can't remember who the other team they played was. Oh, the Saints. And that game was close into the fourth quarter. They have not been like a super dominant team at all. And Josh hasn't been playing out of his mind. It was just he played out of his mind that game against the Ravens, which, I mean, CJ Stroud, that offense was awful. And look what they did against the Ravens. Now, CJ Stroud's no bum, but CJ Stroud's getting sacked before he even fully had the ball in his hands.
I did see a statistic, and this is what made me debate on playing Stroud, which is the Ravens don't generate a lot of pressure up front. And that's when Stroud is at his worst, right? Because the line just cannot fucking block to save their life. So you give Stroud a little bit of time, and he shows you what he can do, especially when you have the weapons he has at his disposal.
Weapons.
But yeah, if we're calling this game, wait, are we calling the game? What was the game?
Dallas versus the Panthers.
Yeah, Dallas Panthers.
I mean, I gotta go Dallas, but Panthers are frisky.
Nah, I don't know, man. Rico Dotto revenge game.
Oh shit.
T-Mac, my guy T-Mac.
He's cooking.
Jimmy Horn. Them getting Jimmy Horn involved.
He looked explosive as well. He didn't get a whole lot of opportunity. But you know what's terrible this past, because man, like in our dynasty league, I put a lot of stock into Bryce Young, and I drafted Dylan Gabriel. I would have been better off playing Dylan Gabriel this week.
That's sick.
Sick. I mean, only by like a point or two, but just to even think that was in the realm of I mean, regular people would be like, yeah, come on, it's the Panthers, but still, the Browns' first start, and he had a travel to London.
I'm taking the Panthers.
I hope it's a shootout because I got Bryce, and I got Jimmy Horn. By the way,
do you really?
I have so many Panthers because I'm trying to get the stack, bro. I wasn't able to get Ted, so I'm like, all right, I got Tommy Tremble, I got fucking
Oh my!
Hunter Renfro.
I know you got Coker.
I have Coke, man. Him being on the IRs. Too. I got Coker. Yeah, I got everybody. I'm like, yo, one of these guys got to hit, and I'm hoping it's not Tet. Like, I want Tet to be good, of course, but I'm hoping that somebody else gets the shmoney. Cardinals at Colts.
Tet gets his first
Indy.
touchdown this year. I mean, yeah, gets his first touchdown.
For sure. Multiple. How about that? Cardinals at Colts. I'm taking the Colts, man.
Taking the Colts too, bro.
Fuck
Only way the Cardinals got a chance is if Jacoby Brissett comes in.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Seahawks at Jaguar. Man, oh. I wonder how, man, I don't know any Cardinals fans, and I wish I did, because I would, remember that meme I sent you? It was like, you're supposed day one, right after your team suffers a devastating loss. That would have been me if I knew any Cardinals fans. Oh, it's disgusting.
This is a good game.
Seahawks at Jags. Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. I actually like Seattle in this game. They're actually, believe it or not, better on the road than at home under Mike McDaniel. Oh, sorry, Mike McDaniel. No, Mike McDaniel.
I like Seattle.
I like Seattle as well. And this is no disrespect to Jacksonville, but hey, listen, that offense proved that's capable. And as long as they get healthier, I don't know. Do they have any injury report? Actually, let me see if any injury report has come out yet.
Gmo, man. Gmo was sick. This guy almost turned $5 into $2,000. The only thing that cost him was Charbonnet stealing the touchdown from Kenneth Walker.
That's disgusting, bro. Oh my gosh, I'll be hurt.
That's Vegas, bro. I'm telling you.
Let me see. Injury report going into week 6. Nothing yet. So if they get some corners back healthy, I like Seattle. But if their starting corners don't play and Love's out again still, then Jacksonville's going to get them. Chargers at Dolphins. This is an easy one. Give me the Chargers. The Dolphins can't get out of their own way, and the Chargers need to get right.
I agree.
Now, here's one for you. Patriots at the Saints.
Paints.
The Paints? Who are you taking? Nice try. The Paints.
Taking my guy, man.
You gotta take the Pats. Yeah, me too. Now, here's one. Browns at the Steelers. Dylan Gabriel's first taste of the Browns-Steelers rivalry, if there really is one, because the Steelers just whoop them usually, right? But
Junkins been balling, bro.
I might go Cleveland here.
Cleveland defense.
That defense?
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns.
I like Cleveland in the upset here.
Well, I'm taking the Browns. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be under distress.
Here we go. This is a good one. A game for the true diehards. Titans at Raiders.
Oh,
that's why. I'm surprised this isn't Thursday night game.
That is disgusting, bro. I'm gonna take I gotta take the Raiders.
Yeah, for sure.
Titans are ass. They got lucky with that whole. We talked about it enough. I'm taking
series
Raiders.
of unfortunate events.
I'm taking Ashton Michael Myers Genty.
Yes, sir. Bengals at Packers. Joe Flacco. That trade just came through. I'm not sure if he's starting this week.
Yeah, he got to get acclimated to even think about it. I'm taking
Green Bay's easy. This is easy. Green Bay. Spread is 14 right now. Minus 14. Yeah. Disgusting. Now here's a game. 49ers at Tampa.
Tampa.
I like Tampa. Even if people come back, I still like Tampa. Frisky team.
What
now
people come back. You talking
like
about
the
Brock?
Yeah, like Brock. If Brock
Kittle?
plays, is Kittle even? Kittle,
I don't think so.
Pearsall, even if they're healthy. How about that? Even when healthy, I still like Tampa. In fact, they might be better off with Brock hurt.
Yeah, that's the thing. So Brock, it's almost like Worthy, right? Like the chances of him getting re-injured is just high.
High, for sure. I feel like that's everybody in the Niners, man. They should just walk around in a bubble, bro. Play in a bubble, too. Shit is bad. All right.
Yeah. Like LeBron.
Potential game of the week loading here. Lions at the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
Lions.
Chiefs favored by 2.5.
No, I don't know why. Lions is gonna win that game.
It's hard for me to pick against Detroit right now, man.
Lions are gonna win that game, bro.
Everything is working for them. But Kansas City, they don't have to win this game. by no means, because the AFC isn't really great this year, right? Like 10 or 11 wins could get you into the wild card. Oh, do I pick against the Chiefs? My mind is telling me yes, but my heart's telling me no.
I swear, I thought he was gonna sing that damn R. Kelly song.
Hell
Thank God.
no. Hell no. Hell no.
No, I'm not taking the Chiefs. You gotta take the Chiefs. That's your Super Bowl team.
I don't have to take them.
That's your Super Bowl championship team.
Give me the fucking Chiefs. All right, Monday night doubleheader. I hate when they do this. Monday night doubleheader. Bills at Falcons.
Bears at Falcons.
Bills.
Oh, that's gonna be. I think
Bills
that's gonna be a little.
Bills at Falcons.
Bills. That's gonna be an interesting game.
Falcons offense been cooking.
Bijan back. Bijan, my bad.
Give me Atlanta. I like Atlanta.
Actually,
give me Atlanta.
I'm definitely taking Atlanta, especially because you broke down the Bills wins.
Atlanta.
That's a good take on. That's a good take by you. I'm taking Atlanta too.
Cast gonna be bumping of the Monday night doubleheader. Bears at Commanders, rematch of that fateful game, the Jaden Daniels Hail Mary that really sent those teams in two different directions last year. Bears into a slide, Commanders to the NFC Championship game.
Give me the best quarterback of the draft, of that draft.
Boom. Well, be careful, man. You got Drake's there.
Yeah.
Incredible, though. I think right now, if you're ranking that, I would say that Drake's in that second spot.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's not taking away what Caleb's done. I think Drake's just been better, in my opinion. With less.
Absolutely with less. There's some good games this week.
I like Lions at Chiefs. I'm not sure how much I like Niners at Bucks, to be completely honest with you.
No, but I like the Seahawks at Jacksonville.
Seahawks at Jacksonville should be a good one. Interesting one. Like you mentioned, could be some fireworks in that Cowboys-Panthers game.
Yeah, there absolutely could be. I'm not even bullshitting.
Believe it or not.
I can see the Panthers putting up 30 points.
They put up 30 against Atlanta. They almost put up 30 yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, Sunday. That is a sneaky, I wouldn't even say sneaky okay team. Because, like, you watch them, like, yo, they play like ass for stretches. Like hot ass for stretches. And then they find something. You're like, man, wow, Rico Dotto, 200 yards, though. Bryce Young, chopping, is just cooking somehow. Even though he looked like he didn't belong on a high school field.
Do you remember? Well, don't tell Kyler that. I don't know why he brought that. I still want to know why he's bringing
motivation.
Up the high school games.
That's That's even more fuel for you.
Let me remind you who I was in high school. You know how that sounds wild, bro. You're in the NFL. You're talking about the high school.
He gave the whole resume. Heisman winner too, by the way. He brought that up.
Yeah, like talk about that. Like I don't. That's fine to me. That's fine.
You brought it up.
But going back to high school, now I know why.
It's never been done before.
Listen to me when I bring up like Pee Wee football and all that. They're probably like, God, get over that. Now I understand.
Now you get it. Get it. Oh my goodness! Listen, I'm telling you right now, that Falcons game, Bijan is torching them. Oh, Bijan's torching them.
Yeah, that's the Bills' weakness is the run game.
Bijan's torching them. We're going to be all set there. In the Commanders game, this is going to be an interesting test for that defense because that was the big question for them, for Washington, because they look terrible against Atlanta. Now, granted, not having your starting quarterbacks obviously going to impact that. But even though Mariota plays okay in that game, but that's the question mark. We're not concerned about Washington's offense when 5 is playing. It's what does your defense look like?
Yeah, but like you said, right? It complements each other. When JD can, continue to keep that offense on the field and give them breaks and rest, it's going to be helping them. Especially when they got a great player, like you mentioned earlier, with Von Miller, who's on the older side or the tail end of his career, right?
1.5 sacks.
Those breaks are necessary, though.
But Bobby Wagner, too, like they got a couple older guys that are playing at a good level. So it's going to be interesting to see this entire week play out. I mean, if you think about it, right? Say the Bills do lose, right? Like we predicted, and the Patriots win. The Patriots are now in first place in the AFC East 6 weeks into the season. Who would have thought that? Maybe you, because you're on the edge of delusional.
No,
But
I told you prior to the season starting, the Patriots are gonna win the division.
now I gotta buy this guy a jersey. I'll be sick. I'll be sick.
And you know what jersey I want? I want the rivalry jersey.
I know exactly what you want, but I'm gonna get you somebody you hate. Who's somebody you hate on the team?
Kyler Murray.
Oh, that would be sick. That's exactly
That
what I'm
mud
gonna get you.
jersey, Kyler Murray.
No, I'm gonna get you a Patriots jersey, but it's gonna have Murray's name on the back because you could customize those shits.
Yeah. I wouldn't even take him as my backup.
Yo, cut it out, man.
He's only
Undefeated.
good for scampering around.
Bro, undefeated in high school. Heisman Trophy winner.
Yo, did he really say he was undefeated in high school?
I believe so. Or I mean, he might have even thrown out the record, like 40-0, some number.
I gotta watch that. I have to watch that clip just so I could despise him even more. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing?
That's gonna come up every time. Every time we talk about the Cardinals, Mr. Undefeated in high school. What a great throw!
Yeah, like what are we talking about? I need to know who was he playing against in high school. Like, I want to see.
Was it Texas?
I don't
high school in
care,
Texas,
bro. And I get it, right? Because Texas,
As
is
they
big
do.
for high school football. Yeah, but still, like, why jump into the Heisman Trophy accolade? Not in your high school. Like, I just, yeah.
Down bad. Man, this was a great episode. It was nice to talk about the crazy shit that we saw last week, what we expect for the week coming up. And I'm sure Quan's gonna have some parlay stories. Oh
No, I'm done.
Wait a second. This is a special episode. I should have said this at the beginning. When you're listening to this, actually, maybe not, because this will be out around Thursday, maybe. But I want everybody who's listening to this, when you listen to this, whether it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever you listen to it, if you know Quan, reach out to him. And if you don't, just leave a comment or like wishing my guy a happy birthday. His birthday's this week. So show him some love.
Thank you.
The infamous one himself. It's always been a pleasure doing the show with him for the past 5-6 years, actually. Lots of wisdom, life lessons, and a lot of bullshit. All in between. So
I appreciate that, bro.
Celebrate. I'm excited. I know that you got some big plans this weekend, and hopefully that ends with a Patriots win, cap off a nice birthday weekend for you. I wanted to make sure we get that out there before. If you're curious, Quan is turning 26.
Oh, 26, baby! Just over a quarter century.
Make sure you show the guy some love.
A quarter century?
Yeah. Right. Quarter, 25. You got it. Anyways, I'm off this now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in if you made it this far. And as always, think critically, speak infamously. Love.